impossible.
What's going on, guys? It's K-Dub here with another episode of CryptoZombie. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having a wonderful day. What is happening with Bitcoin? Bitcoin absolutely defying all sense of logic on Christmas, no less. Now, I absolutely had no idea that we were going to see a new all-time high on Christmas Day when there's no institutional trading. And then I wake up again this morning and we've broken yet another all-time high. Bitcoin right now, as we speak, is pushing upwards of 25,000, trying to hit the 25.5K level. What is going on right now? Where is this coming from, especially during a weekend, especially during a holiday? This is absolute madness. So I do want to discuss the fact that Bitcoin has been pumping at around a rate of $1,000 per day. At this rate, does it mean that we could actually see a $30,000 Bitcoin by the end of this year? I want to talk about what to expect in 2021, what to expect short term, long term. I also want to discuss some actual bullish news from the SEC. Yeah, never thought you'd hear those two words in the same sentence, bullish SEC. Well, you definitely want to stick around to the end of today's video for that. I want to talk about what caused the pump, what's going on with retail, the institutions, and the fact that we have Bitcoin flipping both Visa and MasterCard market caps, and why this could just be the beginning for the road to $1 million Bitcoin. And if that sounds good to you, you know what to do. If you are not subscribed, definitely consider it. We are back in full force and having a look. My goodness, does Bitcoin have any chill? I think the answer is no, actually. But having a look right here, you can see that we were sitting under this, we had support. We dipped below it, and boom, we skyrocketed back above it again. And we were looking at a potential head and shoulders pattern, right, which would have been a reversal. You had the head, the shoulder, the right shoulder. And look at this. As soon as we got up to this double top right here, look, we went up, we retested it, and we blasted off. And currently, I mean, look at this candle right now, guys. We are literally pushing up an all-time high as I'm making this video. This is absolutely madness for Bitcoin. Now, obviously, we need to see what happens on Monday when we do have the CME futures open again. But it seems like at this point, the institutions, as far as this trading on futures goes, it almost seems like it was a retail-driven pump. Could it be? We're going to actually have a look at that. But one thing I need to point out is the fact that I've seen a lot of people like, it's going to be alt season's coming. Look, I'm not saying that we can't have an altcoin season, but having a look even just back here from the beginning of September, we had Bitcoin sitting at around 56.73% dominance. And if we just simply follow this chart, moving all the way up to, pretty much the end of where we are right now, you can see that Bitcoin has actually hit upwards of over 70% dominance, depending on where you look at. Now, you have ARK Invest founder and CEO Cathie Wood, and she is calling Bitcoin the reserve currency of the crypto asset ecosystem. She goes on to say, our confidence in Bitcoin has gone way up since 2017 because what we saw as it dropped from 20,000 to 40,000 was that Bitcoin's share of the crypto asset ecosystem moved from around 30%, all the way up to 70%. In fact, Bitcoin dominance today, right now, according to the official market cap on TradingView, is sitting at 70.32%. We have broken above all critical levels. This is huge for Bitcoin. And while I am looking for an altcoin rally, if Bitcoin continues to take market share, continues to break all-time highs, although it could be a good time for altcoin accumulation, they're not going to be able to outpace Bitcoin, or at least not all of them are. I'm sure some will, but do you know which ones they are? Can you find those altcoins that are going to outperform Bitcoin, right? She says last month that they told Barron's that continued interest in Bitcoin by institutional investors could push Bitcoin's price even higher. According to Wood, Bitcoin could rise as high as $500,000 if institutional investors made a similar mid-single-digit allocation to Bitcoin. Now, having a look over here, Now, let's just talk about Bitcoin compared to some of these other market caps. So Bitcoin has flipped both Visa and MasterCard to become the 11th largest asset by market cap. Now, keep in mind, Bitcoin is a little bit off, but the next one that it has to get above would be Class B shares in Berkshire Hathaway, which is around $531 billion. So we're only $70 billion off. And I know that sounds like maybe a lot, but the way that Bitcoin price has been moving recently has been insane. In fact, you can see right now, Bitcoin's market cap is now larger than Netflix, Bank of America, MasterCard, PayPal, and Visa. Now, looking at, Bank of America, MasterCard, PayPal, Visa, those all have to do with money transmissions, banks, things like that. So is Bitcoin potentially becoming the new standard in value transfer? Well, look at what Adam Back said about what is going on. How did we even have this pump on Christmas? None of the institutions were trading, so what is happening? He says, so 25K on the 25th, 3 new all-time highs in one day. You think institutions did that? On Christmas Day, retail did it. Only people near a keyboard. So is this true? Is retail finally waking up to Bitcoin? The average person finally waking up to Bitcoin? Well, actually, interestingly enough, I was at Christmas with my family, and my cousin was talking about Bitcoin and how he had seen a guy called Anthony Pompliano who was on an interview with Bill Burr, if you guys remember, and he said that got him to look down the rabbit hole. And I could tell you a lot more people are interested in Bitcoin, and you could just simply look at the data. Not only do we kind of have the evidence of a retail pump on Christmas, but look at the Bitcoin interest over time. Now, this is all the way back from a year ago. So from 1 year ago to today, we had Bitcoin sitting around at 26 on Google Trends, and we literally just hit 100, which means the highest interest in Bitcoin as far as Google searches in a year. So this is showing somebody was Googling Bitcoin on Christmas. Maybe somebody was even buying Bitcoin on Christmas. Obviously, I think the answer is they were. I bought more Bitcoin. I said, screw it. I actually put this tweet out on my Twitter, and I had bought some Bitcoin. I was like, you know what? I have a feeling that it's going to keep going. I said, come at me, bro. I just bought at the all-time high on Christmas, and since I bought, the price is higher. I literally bought Bitcoin at the all-time high, and I'm up in profit. So how amazing is Bitcoin? Bitcoin is insane. Now, I'm not saying go throw your life savings into Bitcoin, but for those of you that are still waiting on the sidelines and you think that 25K is too high, well, I do think this time around, we're probably not going to be seeing those 30% crashes, 40% crashes. There's too much institutional interest. Now we're getting the retail coming in as well. We might see quick dips, 15%, but they're not going to last more than a day. So we have officially entered buy the dip mentality. You could see anytime that Bitcoin has dipped. If you bought this dip and this dip and this dip and this dip, you've been in profit. So I don't think that this chart is looking to reverse anytime soon. I'm pretty much looking for only new all-time high after new all-time high after new all-time high. At least for the next year, we could get as high as 200, 300, even 400K for Bitcoin before the next major retracement. But the big thing is, with all of these institutions involved right now, would we actually see Bitcoin ever have those 80% corrections again? Now, obviously, you have guys like Scott Menard, the global head of investment over at Guggenheim. He's saying that Bitcoin should be valued at around $400,000. And Luke Martin, who's a popular trader and analyst, he actually commented on it. And he said, well, is that possible? Obviously, if you use gold's market cap as a target and use that as a relative value model, then if Bitcoin does eat gold's market cap, let's say over the next 100 years, probably won't take that long, then yes, you will see a $400,000 Bitcoin. But not only that, but you really have to think realistically, okay? So why are people investing in Bitcoin? So he goes on to say, remember, people store value in collectibles. They store value in fine art. They store value in expensive cars. Billionaires, millionaires, they have Ferraris, they have Porsches. Sometimes they buy them to drive them around, but a lot of times they just keep them in their garage as a store of value. The reason that you buy these scarce items is because you know that they will retain their value in a world where we have infinite supply of money. I mean, Pokemon cards, right? I mean, pretty much anything at this point that's a remote collectible is doing better than the dollar with all of this helicopter money, all of this inflation, right? And he says we continue printing money, so scarce assets continue to go up as the money supply goes up. And interestingly enough, like Danny Scott says, exchange balances have continued to drop over the week. Even as Bitcoin is hitting all-time highs of $25,000, we're not seeing the whales send the money to the exchanges. We're not seeing them prepping for the crash, looking to dump. No, this is a hodler's game. They are holding for the long term. These institutions are holding for the big picture. They're not looking for 5%, 10%, 50% flips, right? So breaking news, and this is the big news I want to end today's video on. We have Elad Roisman being appointed as the new chair over at the SEC. Now, we had former SEC chairman Jay Clayton informing Trump about stepping down on September 23rd. So, why is this bullish? Well, if you guys remember, in the past, he has been known as one of the most crypto-friendly SEC commissioners who have been in vocal support of regulating cryptocurrencies and not, all right, NordVPN, I'll change my password when I get a chance. Thanks for the reminder. So the fact that Roisman is at the helm of the SEC it significantly boosts the chances of a Bitcoin-tied ETF fund being approved in the coming years. And you might say to yourself, who even cares about the Bitcoin ETF? What does it matter? Look at all the institutional money coming in. Well, you'd be surprised. You would be surprised. There are still many, many, many big players out there. I'm talking like multi-billionaires that are still holding off on Bitcoin until we get that ETF. So that could be the icing on the cake. It could be the cherry on top of the ice cream. It could be the star on top of the tree. I don't know. But it really could be the final straw for this Bitcoin revolution. And actually, during a Senate Banking Committee hearing in 2018, Roisman actually noted that it was essential to provide clarity and certainty to the markets regarding cryptocurrencies. So that being said, you guys are awesome. Enjoy the all-time high, my friends. It is still pumping. We are over 25,500. I mean, this is just insane. I'm just saying enjoy the ride, buy the dip. Dollar cost average, not financial advice. If you are looking to long, though, my goodness, you can make a killing longing Bitcoin right now using leverage. I suggest Bybit, not for beginners, but it is probably, in my opinion, the best if you're trading Bitcoin. Lots of liquidity for trading. They're super awesome, right? They're very legit. In fact, you see some of these scam wicks on these other websites. I'm not going to name them. On these other exchanges, Bybit, they've had these crazy wicks, and they've actually reimbursed and refunded their traders. So they're very legit. They have a chat button. You can get in contact with them. Very easy to get a hold of these guys. So, oh no, Mike. Oh no, Bitcoin is starting to get a little bit of a red over here on the 30-minute. Oh, it's all good, guys. It has been an amazing year. Do you think that we could actually hit $30,000 by the end of this year? Let me know. Drop your comments below. If you're not subscribed to the channel yet, consider it. And also, we do have a free, absolutely free, no strings attached Telegram group where you can hang out and talk about crypto with lots of other like-minded individuals. And that is it for me today. Enjoy your day. Drop a comment if you're interested in a ledger. If not, totally get it. It was a little ridiculous what happened with the leak and all that. But that is it for me, guys. My name's K-Dub. This is CryptoZombie. Until next time, stay crypto. And of course, peace out.